I'm Aqua Alex, and you're watching Aqua Alex Live. Let's learn about tropical fish today. Hello, tropical fish keepers. Welcome to Aqua Alex Live here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. Today, I bring to you another episode of Aqua Alex Top 10. Today, I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favorite catfish species. There is no one that likes catfish more than me. And I'm talking about keeping catfish in the home aquarium. There are many species of catfish that I've kept over the years. I've kept small catfish that stay under 2 inches, and I've kept catfish that grow to 3 feet and sometimes even bigger. So I would say that I am very knowledgeable in catfish species, and I know how to personally keep many different kinds of catfish. So today I'm going to go over all the species of catfish that I've kept, and I'm going to rank them from my highest favorite to my lowest favorite, but nonetheless, they are all personal favorite catfish of mine. So if you have any questions on catfish, feel free to post them in the chat and the comments below, and I will answer your questions on catfish as well. Also, what are your 10 favorite catfish species of all time? Post them in the comments or in the chat, and I will share them with all of my wonderful viewers. So, I'm going to kick off the show in a huge way. To kick off today's show, I'm going to show you a video and pictures of my current catfish that I currently have right now. And I'm going to start with some pictures, and then I will play my video to start the show. So, first and foremost, I have 3 Vulture Catfish. And this picture is showing off 2 of my 3 Vulture Catfish. Very cool catfish. I also have a 4-line Pictus catfish, also known as 4-line Pimadella. A very cool catfish that I've had since 2019. Very cool catfish. And I have an Oxidorus Niger, aka Ripsaw Catfish, which is a very cool fish. As you can see, the Ripsaw Catfish has some scales that are super sharp, and they use those as weapons against piranhas in the wild. Now, not pictured or not in the video I'm about to show you is my Niger cat, my Raphael cat, and my Sun catfish. So right now, I'm going to show you a current video that I took today of the current catfish species that I have. And then we'll start the countdown. The fun begins right now. Here is a video of my catfish. Up first is my 4-line Pictus, Pimadella blotchi. I got him in 2019 at 2 inches, and now he's about 6 to 7 inches and growing very well. Very, very nice catfish. And then right here in the driftwood, he's going to be hard to see because he likes to hide next to all the debris, is one of my 2 feather-fin Cinnadontos. He's the biggest one, about 3.5 to 4 inches, while the other one's about 2.5 to 3 inches. Featherfin Cinnadontos are one of my personal favorite Cinnadontos, besides another Cinnadontos species we're going to talk about a little later on in today's video. I wish I could get a better view of the Cinnadontos for you, but the chevrons in the way. I don't know where the other Cinnadontos featherfin is, or my Niger cat, but I probably won't be able to get them in the video. Now moving over here to some of my personal favorite catfish. This is one of my 3 Vulture Catfish. A very nice, large growing Pimadella catfish. Vulture cats do not get huge. They only get about a foot long. And I'll talk more about Vulture cats later in the show. But this is one of my 3 vultures. And the other 2 are behind Severum and this gold leporinus that's in the way. So hopefully they'll move out of the way. Here's another one. There's the 4-line. The vultures I got about 2 inches, and now they're about 4 to 5. And there's the biggest one in the back. I love vulture cats. They're my favorite catfish of all time. Also in here is a sun catfish, a Raphael catfish, and a Niger cat, but they're all hiding somewhere. And like I said, there's another Cinnadontos eruptus in here. But these are my catfish, so I figured it'd be a great way to start today's video. And that was the very first time that I actually was able to showcase my Vulture Catfish on video. So that was really exciting. All right, now it's time to get the countdown underway. And I'm going to start by talking about my honorable mentions. These are catfish that I've kept, that I like, and have a lot of respect for, but they did not make the cut for my top 10 favorite catfish of all time. My first honorable mention is the Lima Shovelnose catfish. Sorabim Lima. Very, very cool catfish. Also known as the Shovelnose cat, the regular Shovelnose. But the Lima Shovelnose is a pretty cool catfish. This picture that I'm showing you right now is one of my older Lima Shovelnose that I had a decade or so ago. Very cool fish. The Lima Shovelnose only grows to be about a foot long or so, which makes them more suitable for home aquariums compared to their Tiger Shovelnose counterparts. But I have a love for Tiger Shovelnose. My next honorable mention is the Cinnadontos Aruptorus, featherfin Cinnadontos. The featherfin Cinnadontos, a very cool catfish, very beautiful looking. I actually right now have 2 of these catfish. They have high fins that are very attractive in a catfish, a brown body with black spots. That makes it a very, very interesting and unique looking fish. I love the Cinnadontos featherfin catfish. So my next honorable mention is a species of Pimadella catfish that I had before I moved here to Florida. And that was the last time I had them. It was actually a trio of them. And this catfish is called the Ornate Pim catfish, Pimelodus ornatus. And look how beautiful that catfish is. Black and white with brown stripes. If I can ever find some again, I will definitely have a school of them. They grow to be about 8 inches in length, and they like to be kept in schools. But they are a very, very nice catfish. All right, so my next honorable mention. What if I was to tell you there was a species of Corydoras out there that grows over 2 inches? Well, guess what? There is, and I've kept them before. They are known as the Brocious Corridorus, or simply as the Brocious Catfish, or the hog-nosed catfish. Pretty cool looking catfish. It looks prehistoric. Very interesting cat. Now, I used to have a buddy who owned a tropical fish store that imported fish from South America, and this is where I came across the wild-caught jumbo Brocious catfish. These cats grow to be about 4 inches, and they get big, and they like to school like Corridorus. So you could put a bunch of Brocious cats in a 75-gallon and have some cool prehistoric looking Corridorus cats in your home aquarium. All right, my last honorable mention for today's video is a species of catfish I guarantee many of you are not going to know about, except for me, because I've kept this catfish numerous times because of my friend who imports fish from Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, and Brazil. And upon one of his imports, I picked up a whole school of these guys. The name of the catfish I'm about to tell you, my next honorable mention, is the Blacktop mouse catfish, aka Hacer oriestes, the Blacktop mouse catfish. Now, here is a picture of 2 of the Hacer cats that I had owned in the past. They are a very gorgeous catfish. They look just like mice, which is pretty cool. They'll eat just about anything from pellets to bloodworms, and they don't get huge. They get to be maybe at most 8 inches. But they are a pretty cool catfish. Need I say more? I definitely will be getting some more in the future when they come in. They are a very seasonal catfish, and they only come in when they're available and when they're caught, which is generally speaking from February to June is when you can expect to see them in the aquarium hobby. So those are my honorable mentions. Now, let's get to my top 10 favorite catfish. Coming in at number 10, the 4-line Pictus catfish, Pimadelus blotchi. I really enjoy the Pimadelus blotchi catfish. Now, I personally got my 4-line Pictus cat back in 2019 from Petco at 2 inches. So he was only a baby when I got him. And now the 4-line Pictus that I have is about 6 to 7 inches. 4-line Pictus grow anywhere from 8 to 10 inches in length. So my 4-line Pictus has a few more inches to put on. Very easy catfish to keep. Can do well with Oscars, Jack Dempsey's, other cichlids, and other fish too large to be eaten. The 4-line Pictus will eat fish that will fit in its mouth. I really enjoy the 4-line Pictus, one of my favorite catfish of all time. Very cool Pictus catfish. Coming in at number 9, the Cinnadontos decorus, aka the clown Cinnadontos, one of the largest growing of the Cinnadontos catfish. Look how beautiful this catfish is. It looks just like a clown. You see that high dorsal fin. You see the dorsal extensions on the tail. You see the clown spotting and the black spots on the face. Really cool catfish. I really like the Cinnadontos decorus. And like I said, this is the largest growing Cinnadontos catfish. It will grow above a foot, believe it or not. Probably 10 inches is more common, but some people say they grow over a foot. I've only had one of them in the past, and I definitely will be getting another one when I get my 125-gallon aquarium. I really enjoy the Cinnadontos decorus catfish. All right, coming in at number 8, a true monster catfish. This catfish is one that I feel probably should not be in the aquarium hobby because not that many people have aquariums big enough to support this catfish. And this past year, I raised a catfish of this species from 4 inches all the way to about a foot or more. And now that catfish is living in a good home in a big pond. My buddy has him in a pond, and he is thriving. That catfish I am talking about is the red tail catfish. The red tail catfish comes from South America. It is a catfish that'll eat just about anything, including tank mates, including equipment, and anything it can fit in its mouth. Very easy to keep, which makes them a very hardy addition to a very large aquarium. But like I said, they don't belong in the aquarium hobby because they get so big. But they are a beautiful catfish. Just look at the colors of this red tail cat. And by the way, this is the red tail cat that I rehomed to my buddy who has a very large pond. You can tell it's got orange tail, orange fin, nice white coloration on a black body with black spots. Now, this red tail cat, he never had gill curl or no imperfections. And that is because he was a wild caught red tail cat from Venezuela. And if I was to get a big pond and raise these catfish, I would only do wild caught red tails. I don't like the captive bred red tails because 9 times out of 10, the captive bred red tails, they have a lot of imperfections. Most of them develop gill curl, and they don't have that awesome red coloration that I like in a red tail catfish. So if you are new to catfish keeping, please stay away from red tail catfish unless you have a massive pond or a massive aquarium. I know I sound hypocritical saying that because I had a red tail cat in the tank behind me for months, but I was kind of thrown into the scenario where if I did not purchase that red tail cat or take that red tail cat, it probably would have been euthanized because the person that imported him did not like red tail cats. He did not like selling red tail cats. So basically, if he gets red tail cats in, he contacts people first to see if they want them. But if they say no, he generally euthanizes them because he does not like people having red tail cats in the aquarium hobby, which I kind of agree with because they don't belong in the aquarium hobby because they get so big, and people usually release them in our waterways. Right here in Florida, you can find red tail cats living in Miami, West Palm Beach, and right here in Lake Worth, someone caught a 3-foot red tail catfish. So those were probably aquarium releases. But it happens when people who don't do their research buy these monster catfish. They outgrow their aquariums. Most fish stores say they can't take them, so they feel they have no choice but to release them in our waterways. All right, coming in at number 7, another South American monster catfish that I really enjoy, and that is the tiger shovelnose catfish. This catfish stays a little bit smaller than the red tail cat, but it is a equally as beautiful and equally as large growing catfish. The tiger shovelnose can grow anywhere from 2.5 feet to 3 feet, depending on the species of tiger shovelnose. Now, the picture you're looking at is of a tiger shovelnose that I recently grew from 2 inches to 10 inches. And again, I gave him to my same friend who picked up the red tail cat. I made sure that this tiger shovelnose got into his hands where it will go into a very large pond where it will have a good life. Now, I'm not sure if I told you this story or not, but a couple of months ago, right after I rehomed my red tail cat, I also rehomed my tiger shovelnose that was about 13 inches and a marbled pim catfish that was about 13 inches as well. And I sold them to an older gentleman who told me he had a 300-gallon aquarium. Well, he came here, got those two catfish for like 20 bucks, which was a very, very, very good deal for him, but a stupid deal for me because I could have made $100 each, at least for those two catfish. Anyhow, he bought those two catfish for 20 bucks, brought them to my fish store, and got store credit. But unbeknownst to him, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time because I had to go to the fish store anyway to get prime and fish supplies. And I saw what he was doing. I saw the catfish in a bucket, and I saw him speaking to the store owner about store credit. And I asked him what he was doing. I said, you told me you had a 300-gallon aquarium. Why are you trying to get store credit here? So he did the irresponsible thing. What he did is what I call a fish flopper, where you tell someone that is rehoming fish for a good home, you tell them you have a big aquarium. Basically, you lie to gain their trust. Then you go pick up the fish, and you either sell them at a much higher price, or you go to the fish store and get decent store credit. Now, this fish store that I go to, they give great credit. I'm going to be the first to tell you their credit is awesome. But I was really pissed off when I saw what he had done. So he's lucky he got away that day, because if I had caught him, he probably wouldn't be here right now. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. Tiger shovelnose, very nice catfish, very personable. They'll eat from your hand, and they love eating. And they have very, very beautiful colorations. I really, really enjoy the tiger shovelnose catfish, one of my personal favorite catfish. So my friend Steve's Aquatic says, good for you, Alex. I'm glad you confronted him. You definitely got balls. Yeah, that's true. I try not to be confrontational because sometimes when you get confrontational, bad things can happen. This is a crazy world we're living in. But when it comes to fish and people telling me that they're going to a good home, and then I end up seeing them at the fish store, that is like the biggest slap in the face a pet owner can experience. So hopefully he will not be doing that to other people. I've already spread his name around to the fish keepers in this area, so I'm pretty sure they will recognize his name once he replies via email. All right, coming in at number 6 is a Giraffe Catfish. Very similar to the tiger shovelnose. Some people might say even more gorgeous than the tiger shovelnose, but the Giraffe Cat is a little bit more sensitive than the tiger shovelnose. Now, the Giraffe Cat, they need pristine water conditions, so I haven't personally kept one yet, but they are a favorite of mine because of their coloration. I really, really enjoy the Giraffe Catfish, and I look forward to getting a Giraffe Catfish one day, hopefully really soon, because the Giraffe Cat is a really cool catfish. I really don't know much about their care because I haven't kept any in the recent years. All right, coming in at number 5, one of my smaller catfish on my list that I'm going to talk about, and that is the Pictus catfish, Pimadelus pictus, also known as the Angelicus pictus, the most common of the Pictus family. Pictus catfish Pretty cool, energetic catfish. They're like a lightning bolt in your aquarium because they will bolt around your aquarium very, 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 very fast. And they are a schooling catfish. So if you're going to keep the Pictus cat, I recommend keeping them in schools from at least 5 or more. They grow to be about 6 to 7 inches in length. So you can have about 5 in a 75 for a while and then upgrade to a 125. But they eat just about anything from snails to bloodworms to krill to pellets to flakes. Pictus cats are one of the easiest catfish to keep in the aquarium hobby. I really like the Pimelodus Pictus catfish. You cannot go wrong with the Pimelodus Pictus cat. And all the species of catfish that I mentioned on today's video, I'm going to do separate care guides for. So I'm going to do their own video, species profile video coming up here on my YouTube channel. All right, coming in at number 4, one of my personal favorite armored catfish, the Oxidorus Niger catfish. And I love the Oxidorus Niger catfish because of their armor. Their armor can slice like a knife. Now, my dad actually had a black rhombus piranha, and I had forgot to take out a Niger cat when he got that piranha. But the Niger was about a foot long, and the piranha was about 6 inches. And the piranha actually tried to bite the Niger cat right in the scale, but they have like razor sharp scales, and that piranha had gotten deformed from that scale. He could not be able to bite down all the way after that. So that's one reason I like the Oxidorus Niger, but they are a pretty prehistoric looking catfish. This is a picture of my Niger cat that I currently have right now. And he is a pretty awesome looking cat. You can see the scales that I was talking about along his side. And I was able to get a good picture of him hiding in his driftwood. But in a couple of years, he won't be able to fit in that driftwood because the Niger cat grows to be about 3 feet in length, but it takes them a while to reach that size. And then here's another picture of my Oxidorus Niger. Pretty cool catfish. I really like the Oxidorus Niger. So the Oxidorus Niger comes in at number 4. All right. So my friend Steve says, since you love catfish so much and you know they grow really large, have you ever thought about getting one large aquarium, say about 300 gallons, and not have a bunch of smaller tanks? I've actually thought about that and almost came close to getting I think it was like a 350, but it was an acrylic tank, and my landlord said absolutely no to acrylic tanks. I don't know why. I guess he thinks they're weaker than all glass aquariums. So there was a time and a point of time where I was close to getting a 350. But the problem was the landlord said no, and it had to be resealed, and I would have to figure out where to put it. So basically, once the landlord said no, I had told the person that was going to give it to me, you're going to have to find someone else that can take it. And the good thing was that tank was going to be free. So I should have just kept my mouth shut and taken it, but I would have taken a huge risk for sealing it myself, or I could have hired somebody to reseal it. But the good thing now is that I live in Florida, and if I ever want to get into red tail cats again or tiger shovelnose, I'll just build a pond out in my backyard and keep them out there. And in Florida, you could actually get a pool pond. You can get one of those 18-foot ponds and just get a filter for it and keep them in there. I was thinking about doing that when I had my red tail, but I would have had to move a lot faster because he was growing quickly. So maybe in the future, when I get more financially stable, I can buy maybe an 18-foot, 24-foot pond and get it set up, get all the great filtration systems that I need, and then I can buy red tails and tiger shovelnose. But for now, I decided that I'm going to stay away from all the large growing catfish because they really need huge aquariums and ponds. The largest growing catfish that I have right now is Dioxodorus Niger, and he's not going to get 2 to 3 feet for a couple of years. They're extremely slow growers because most of the time they're not going to eat every day like a red tail would or a tiger shovelnose. He'll eat weekly, but generally he only eats 1 or 2 days a week, and he stores up on food. So I notice he eats a lot of food, and then he'll go hide for the rest of the week. So when I see him, his stomach is huge because he ate all the pellets that were in there overnight, and basically he goes into hibernation, which is pretty cool. That's another reason why I like the Niger cats. But I have had a Niger cat that put on size the first year. I bought a 3-inch Niger in 2018, and by the end of 2018, it was a foot long. So I'm not saying that my Niger cat won't be a foot long by the end of this year, but it just depends on the individual personality of the catfish. But I don't know if you can see behind me. The Vulture Cats, or there's one right here. They're another large growing catfish species that I have, but they're not monstrous. The Vulture Cats, they only get about 18 inches. And that's on a good day, on a good Vulture Catfish. I've never seen them above 18 inches. All right. Doesn't he know that acrylic is 17 times stronger than glass? Yeah, that's what I thought myself. But I don't know. I can't argue with him. He would say, get out. So I just took it for what it was. But in the future, if I ever get red tails and tiger shovelnose again, then I'll just get a pond. All right. My third favorite catfish comes from Africa, and it is the giraffe catfish. There are many different types of giraffe catfish. I did not know this 10 years ago because I just thought there was the massive, monstrous growing giraffe cats, but there are dwarf species of giraffe cats as well. But they're totally different species, and they look a lot different than the monstrous growing ones. My favorite giraffe cats are the giraffe cat you're looking at right now. I don't know the scientific name or the common name for it, but this is my personal favorite giraffe cat. They grow to be about 2 feet as well, but very cool catfish, and they only come around here like in December. So I know last year I saw a whole bunch of them at my fish stores, the wholesaler. So I know they're available this time of year. So if I see a baby one, maybe I'll scoop one up and raise them and give them to my friend who has a pond once he gets too big for me. But giraffe cats are cool because they eat prepared foods. They'll eat pellets, they'll eat chopped up fish, chopped up shrimp, bloodworms. They don't have a big mouth like the red tails or the tiger shovelnose, so their chances of them eating smaller fish goes down, but I would keep them with larger fish just to be on the safe side. Giraffe cats are pretty interesting catfish and one of my personal favorites. All right, coming in at number 2, another ripsaw catfish that I like, and it's a very beautiful one. It is the Megalodorus Irwini catfish, aka the zebra ripsaw. And look at the coloration of this catfish. Yellow and black with white spots. Very cool catfish. It's also known as the giant Raphael catfish. Now, it's called the giant Raphael because it gets to be about 18 inches to 24 inches in length. And it will eat just about anything from pellets to bloodworms to market shrimp. And they're a very personable catfish. They like to interact with their owners. and they swim around the aquarium in a comical way. As you can see by this photo that I took years ago, they like to smile. Very cool catfish. I haven't had a Megalodorus Irwini in many years, only because I haven't seen them locally. But um, very, very nice catfish. They grow 18 to 24 inches, so they stay smaller than the ripsaw, the original ripsaw, the Niger, but they're a little bit more expensive than the Niger. So my friend Steve says, your Oscar has some beautiful markings on it, better than what we have around here. Yeah, he's a captive bred red Oscar. And I actually rescued him from somebody that had him in an aquarium with African cichlids. Shake my head. South American cichlids don't belong in a tank with Africans and vice versa. But when I got him, he was totally beaten up. His fins were shredded, and it looked like he was on death row. But I saved him, and now he's doing good in here. I think he's over here somewhere. Yeah, he's right here. So he looks good. His fins are doing a lot better. And believe it or not, I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me on this, but one of the remedies that I do for fish that have nip fins is not only Malefics, but I also do 40% water changes. I increase the heat a little bit, maybe like by 2 to 3 degrees, and I add some kosher salt. I find that kosher salt really helps in healing fish's fins, and it helps bring them back to um, a healthy fish. You could also do aquarium salt, which is basically the same thing anyway, but the aquarium companies charge you a few dollars more. So why buy aquarium salt for $5 when you can go to Publix or Walmart and get kosher salt for $1.99? So when it comes to saving money like that, I'm your guy because I always look for deals and how to save money, just like everybody else does. But I appreciate your comment there. He's a beautiful Oscar, and he'll be a lifer here at my aquarium. I think he'll look good in my big tank that's coming in pretty soon. All right, that brings me to my final favorite catfish in the number one spot, and that is the Vulture Catfish, which you guys saw to open the show. The Vulture Cat, very cool cat. When I first saw them at the local fish store, I mistaked them for the Lynch Catfish. The Lynch Catfish is a shark-like catfish from South America. They grow about 3 feet and they're super active. They're another catfish from South America that does not belong on the aquarium import list and does not belong in the aquarium hobby. And my friend who imports South American fish, he says absolutely no to the importers if they ask him if he'll take Lynch catfish. And I don't blame him because half the time they come in dead because they're bad shippers. They don't ship very well, and they're generally about 18 to 24 inches when they do come in. And what hobbyist is going to have a tank big enough for an 18 to 24-inch catfish that is super active? Think of an iridescent shark from South America, but with longer whiskers, longer dorsal fin, and a long tail fin, swimming around 220, 250, even a 300-gallon tank. That still would not be big enough. So unless you're Ohio Fish Rescue and you've got a multiple thousand-gallon aquarium or a pond, the Lynch catfish does not belong in the aquarium hobby. But the Vulture catfish does. The Vulture catfish looks just like a lynx, but the Vulture max out at around 18, 19, 20 inches. And they can school like a Lynch catfish, and they're more doable to keep in a 6-foot aquarium. So this is a picture of one of my Vulture catfish. I currently have 3 of them, and the similarities to a Lynch catfish are very similar. I'm going to show you a Lynch catfish pretty soon, but this is my biggest vulture. I have 3 of them, and the other two are a little bit smaller, but they school just like Pictus cats, which is pretty cool. And this is my smaller vulture along with my 4-line Pictus. So I'm going to do a species. Oh, I've already done a species profile on vultures. I forgot about that. So if you go on my Aqua Alex Live playlist, you will find a species profile on the Vulture Cats, also one on the red tail cat, and also one on the tiger Shovelnose, and also one on the Cinnadontos eruptus featherfin. The rest of the catfish, like the Lima and all the other catfish that were mentioned on today's video, I will do a video on them separately coming up in the future here on Aqua Alex Live. So the Vulture Cat is my ultimate favorite catfish of all time because they're very active and they look just like a Lynch catfish, but they don't have the need for a huge aquarium. So right now I'm going to show you a Lynch catfish. So I'm going to share screen. Okay. All right. Here we go. So now I'm going to show you some of the Lynch catfish. So as you can see, it looks just like a shark, like I told you guys, but you can see how large they are, how big of a fish they are, how muscular they are, and how heavy they are. So they definitely need a very big tank. And they look very similar to a vulture cat. Yes, there are differences between a vulture and a lynx, but they're both very, very similar with the black spotting. I do like the Lynch cat, and if I had a 24-foot pond, 30-foot pond, I would get them. But I think it would be inhumane to have them in a home aquarium. So, like I said, the Lynch cat is a very, very cool catfish and one that I have a lot of respect for in the aquarium hobby. All right, guys, that is our video for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got a lot of information, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my top 10 favorite catfish of all time. Next Monday, I won't be doing a top 10 video because I have a special guest interview, and I was able to arrange it for Monday, November 15th. And joining me next Monday is going to be a fish keeping YouTuber, one of my personal favorites who I recently just found out about, and it'll be Boss Aquatics. So if you don't know about Boss Aquatics, go check out his YouTube channel and subscribe to it. So next Monday night, November 15th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on Aqua Alex Live on my YouTube channel, I will have Boss Aquatics for a interview. And it's going to be a very, very good interview. So after that, the week of Thanksgiving, I think I will do a very special Thanksgiving-related Aqua Alex Live Top 10. Maybe the top 10 reasons to be a fish keeper or something like that. We'll figure it out because I've got 2 weeks to decide on that. All right. So this Sunday night, I'm going to be doing my monthly Fish Keepers question and answer. So if you have a tropical fish keeping question you want me to answer, get your questions ready. Film a video asking me your tropical fish questions. Maybe you want to buy a new fish species and you need information on that fish species. Maybe I can help you out. Or are you having problems with your aquarium? I can probably help you out. So email your questions to Alex Go Yankees, Cardinale19 at gmail.com, or you can film a video and send it to my email as well. Or you could also just tune in live on Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, and post your questions in the comments or in the chat. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video to kickstart your week. I had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you for tuning in, Fish Keepers. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. I've noticed that my views are kind of going down, which is kind of sad because I just held my 500th video. I was expecting my views to be up there, but I'm still going to continue grinding, and I'm still going to be delivering some awesome content. So if you're a new viewer, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale, because I not only do aquarium videos, I also do wrestling and cooking videos and a lot more. So make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. All right, with that being said, enjoy the aquarium hobby. And if you don't have any catfish for your home aquarium, consider getting some, because catfish are one of the best fish out there. Until next time, Aqua Alex Cardinale saying, take on and enjoy the aquarium hobby. Goodbye, everybody. Aqua Alex Cardinale here, and I'm here to announce the Ultimate Aquarium Hobbyist giveaway. On Sunday, March 6, 2022, I will proudly celebrate my 8th year as a YouTuber. And to celebrate and say thank you to all the amazing aquarium hobbyists and tropical fish keepers who have supported my YouTube channel over the last 8 years, I am doing the Ultimate Aquarium Hobbyist giveaway. There are 3 amazing prizes. The first prize is a $100 gift certificate to Tangled Up in Cichlids. Tangled Up in Cichlids is home to many awesome South and Central American cichlids such as Oscars, Severums, Waru, Angelfish, Jack Dempsey's, Viajas, and much more. They also have catfish, plecos, cherisons, and even African cichlids. The second prize is a $100 gift certificate to Aquatic Rarities, Inc., aka Malone's Monsters. Now, Bob at Malone's Monsters and Aquatic Rarities is a true aquarium hobbyist with a love for monster fish and tropical fish in general. You will find things like lungfish, Lipterus, arowanas, four-eyed anablips, and more cool oddball fish at Aquatic Rarities. And the last prize giveaway, and the third prize, is Little Egypt Aquarium Club gift certificate donated by Little Egypt Aquarium Club founder Jeremy Stellhorn. Now, on the Little Egypt Aquarium Club website, you will find aquarium supplies for sale, like Fluval FX6 canister filter, hang on the back filters, aquarium heaters, and some awesome tropical fish food. You will be able to use that gift certificate to purchase some amazing aquarium supplies. So, aquarium hobbyists, to enter this giveaway, it's really simple. All you need to do is film a video of your aquarium and your tropical fish. In the video, talk about your favorite tropical fish species. Then tell me about what new fish you want to get and what aquarium supplies you can use. So, since Tangled Up in Cichlids and Aquatic Rarities only supply freshwater fish, it is beneficial for freshwater hobbyists to enter. However, saltwater hobbyists are encouraged to enter as well. And if a saltwater hobbyist wins, they will win a gift card to either Live Aquaria or Blue Zoo Aquatics, provided that the winner is a saltwater hobbyist. So all you've got to do is film a video of your aquarium and your fish, and also talk about your favorite tropical fish species, talk about what new fish you want to get, and what aquarium supplies you can use. Email your video to alexgoyankeescardinale19@gmail.com by no later than March 1st, 2022. In your email, leave your name, your contact information in case you win, and of course, your video. Each video entry will be uploaded to my channel and in my giveaway playlist. The top 3 videos with the most views and likes will be the 3 winners, and they will be announced live on March 6, 2022 during my 8-year YouTube anniversary celebration live stream. Good luck, aquarium hobbyists. This contest is open to every aquarium hobbyist, whether freshwater or saltwater, and any aquarium hobbyist in the United States of America. So enter right now. Good luck, and I can't wait to see your videos. Remember the deadline to enter, March 1st. Hey, Alex Cardinale here. It's November, and that means it's Thanksgiving season and the start of holiday season. Thanksgiving is the time of year where we're all thankful for being alive, being healthy, and having a great family. Thanksgiving is a holiday where we get together with our family and have a delicious meal with turkey and all the fixings. For the first time ever on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale, I will be hosting my inaugural Thanksgiving Day Bash. It will air live on Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 25th, 2021, at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I will give you turkey cooking tips. I'll also give you Thanksgiving cooking tips, and I'll have some other wonderful Thanksgiving themed topics. And I will also preview NFL on Thanksgiving Day. Don't miss Thanksgiving Day Bash live this Thanksgiving, November 25th, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, right here on the legendary Alex Cardinale YouTube channel. Happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you on Thanksgiving Day.